That's why starting was the worst decision I made in my life. I did not realize that I was literally selling parts of my soul and the money could have never made it worth it. I just wish that someone would have warned me and told me that I was going to be later experiencing PTSD from the trauma and the experiences that I was subjecting myself to on a daily basis. I did not know that I would later need to be in trauma counseling. It brought me into way darker places than I ever could have imagined, and I never want to go back there. I wish I could go back in time to who I was before I started doing all that stuff and just...
Yo, what is going on,
guys? Today we've got a video from Alpha Central titled, Why OnlyFans Models Are Quitting and Going Back to 9-to-5 Jobs in 2025. This should be pretty interesting. The video was suggested by Hayden the Mummy, so I'll leave links to both channels in the pinned comments. Make sure you check them out, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Now, let's get into
I almost felt like I wanted to like go towards something I desired more. It made my name look bad. Like being on, it was more like, oh, she's an old girl, and that's just not someone who I wanted to be known as, because there's a lot more of me than just that.
Why did you do it then if you felt like it?
Why did you do it then if you felt like it was not what you wanted to be known as? What she said doesn't make any sense. She joined OAF to make money,
If you
and
already knew this wasn't the kind of reputation you wanted, then why did you choose to do it in the first place? Her explanation doesn't really add up. She joined OF to make money, and becoming successful on that platform generally means gaining attention and building an audience. So what exactly did she expect would happen?
These bigger meetings, and like once they hear the words, they kind of just turn the cheek, or like they have a certain perspective about you. So it was like, it benefited me very well, but at the same time, I just am in a different phase in my life. I'm getting older. I have nephews and nieces. I really give a about how they feel about me and what they see about me. And it just kind of like, just, you know, organically, this was like, this doesn't fit.
It was making good money, so I stop. When you're young and have an opportunity to earn that kind of income, walking away from something so lucrative can be a difficult decision.
Did to my mental health.
She should have thought about that before getting into that line of work. Her brothers and sisters probably won't let their children near her just to protect their reputations and also to protect their children from ridicule.
This streaming has helped me more than you guys can ever know. I've accomplished things and I've done things on my own that people said I could never do. And I'm doing them every single day. And I'm making my parents proud. I'm making myself proud. I'm making the people around me proud, the people who've rooted for me since day one. I'm making them so proud. And I'm just so proud of myself for giving up the life of sin and being able to just really change as a person.
It's funny to me how all of these women who try to quit the industry end up learning about hindsight, but they only learn about it after it's far too late and the damage has already been done.
I'm a dancer anymore, and my money happens as a dancer. We left off in March, which was the last consistent and good month that I've had to date. My first year as a dancer, transparency, I made $130,000, but as y'all saw in part 1, I made $100K of that in the first 3 months. Then literally the rest of the year, I scraped another $30K. I eventually got really tired of like relying on my savings and wasting my time going to the club, because that's what it felt like and that's what it feels like.
It's rather hard to believe that her parents are proud of the fact that she sold her body online for money. What?
Her brothers and sisters may also be concerned about how her choices could affect the family's reputation. They might even worry about their own children being exposed to criticism, teasing, or social pressure because of her decisions.
It was pretty chill, but I don't want to be spending money to be hanging out with my homegirls. I could hang out with them for free. So I eventually got a job, and that's why.
That particular industry thrives on young women who think that they're going to be getting an easy payday, but it's a huge gamble. And regardless of how it pays off, they will still be known as the person who used to do spicy things for a living.
OF was because a friend at work found my OF somehow, and I guess I told him my stage name and wasn't thinking, and he subscribed, and I had videos on there from like way back in the day, like so many different hairstyles, so many different weights, so many different pregnancies, and being fat and just doing things like crazy like and things I didn't want someone that I worked with.
It's impressive how she was able to get a job after what she did. Most employers won't touch women like that with a 10-foot pole, and that's just to protect their own businesses.
That I worked with in my department mentioned my OF and subscribing to it, and it freaked me out. And the thought of the people that I work with every day seeing me like that, seeing me fat and naked and doing all these and just in that light, it freaked me out, and I shut it down at work like that. In that moment, I stepped away and I deleted it.
If she didn't want people to see it, then why did she tell this guy in the first place? How does something like that even come up in a workplace conversation? These women don't think before they do anything, I swear.
A women's pastor, but that has been my story. I was a high-end escort for 5 years of my life, and through an experience that I had with Christ Jesus, my life completely changed. And yes, it took a ton of work. And still takes work. It's taken therapy and very hard conversations, but the foundation of my ability to do the work that I needed to do to radically transform my life was built upon the foundation of the understanding that because of Christ and because of what he has done for me, that my life...
By the time she deleted her account, it was too late. The second that she told that guy about her page, it was over right then and there.
So a lot of times when people ask me if they should do porn, I tell them no. I tell them that it makes life really hard. It makes dating really hard. It makes your family life really hard. It makes intimacy hard. You're putting yourself out there and the world is now judging you. You have to be okay with.
We have been seeing this major trend of women finding religion after making terrible life choices. It's hard to know which ones are genuine and the others who are just trying to use it to quote-unquote erase their pasts. But honestly, I think that the former is significantly more common.
That people will treat my child. Recently I wanted to go visit him and he said that I can't go visit because his wife, my stepmom, doesn't want me there. I'm not allowed to go visit my dad anymore because my stepmom doesn't like that I do. But then he told me that when I was like, can we go get coffee and we could go get breakfast? And he's like, I don't want to be seen in public with you. And that just hurt so bad. And it sucks. I lost my family. I don't talk to my...
These women have no idea of the major consequences of what they've done to their lives. Once they do something so shameful, word gets out and they will never be able to do anything to change that.
That is in you from this experience.
Yes, and I think it kicks in mostly when I go out in public, because the stares I get, I feel like people can see through my clothes, and it brings me deep shame. It makes me feel like I lost all right to my privacy, which I did because I'm one Google search away.
Yeah.
What's really insane is how this woman who didn't want children because she was terrified as to how that child would be treated, mind you, actually had a child.
You have no right, even though it is deeply personal to you, you have no right to remove them from anybody's view around the world.
Yeah.
It's not a smart idea to try and start a marketing business when your former profession was OF. A lot of people don't want to do business with a guy who is in that particular line of work. It does more harm than good.